If you would allow me, please, let me take a couple of moments to share with you a very good conversation I had with one of my super clients about a month and a half ago. And it is my hope that what I share with you is indeed a blessing to you the way it blessed me. I want to say from the start that this is something that just has to be said and might be controversial to some of you. She's been with her boyfriend for 5 years, and they dated for just over a year before deciding to move in with one another. According to her, their relationship is great. They, argue and fuss over normal things, but no drama, no stress, honesty, in her opinion, no issues with infidelity. They both show up in the space as trustworthy. She thinks it's just great. And so I said, so what's the goal? And, what's the problem? Why did you want the session? And she said, well, because we've had conversations about marriage and I'm not quite sure where this is going. I said, well, you said there were no problems. She said, there are no problems. But when we talk about marriage, things seem to stall out. I said, what do you mean by stall out? I said, do you both want to be married? She says, I want to be married. I said, does he want to be married? And she said, well, he said he wants to be married. I said, so what's the holdup? What's the problem? She said, well, he says different things, like, finances are a challenge. And I want to make sure that, we're in a safe and a secure place, financially, and that we've got, a house, we've got all of these things together before we launch into that. And she said, what are your thoughts on that? I said, I think that's admirable. I said, a man should want to be as financially secure as possible, first of all, for himself, and especially if he's going to attempt to lead a family. So I think that's admirable. I said, but here's the problem. You don't need that in order to get started in a marriage. That's a bonus, make no mistake about it, but it's not a necessity. She said to me, so Doc, then how do I get a ring? I said, you want my honest answer? She said, of course. I said, do you know what a shack is? She said, a what? I said, a shack. Do you know what a shack is? She said, no. I said, have you heard of the term shacking up? She said, I think when I was younger in church. I said, so was that really explained to you? She said, no. I said, so a shack is a hut that is typically built out of wood. And these huts don't last long. And the reason they don't is because for obvious reasons. The foundation of the hut is solely wood, and it does not have a solid structure to keep it together. So one strong storm, one strong wind, down comes the hut. And so when you live with someone that is not your husband or your wife, you are in essence building a foundation on wood that could work. Make no mistake about it. It could last. Make no mistake about it. It could withstand some things. No mistake about it. But it has no clear foundation if really strong storms come. She was startled. She looked at me and said, so what do you recommend? I said, if you want a ring, move out. She was taken aback, a little startled to say the least. I gave her a second to process what I said. I said, let me explain this another way. When we date people, the purpose of staying apart while you're together is to learn how to be with someone while maintaining your sense of self. The purpose of staying apart when you date someone is to learn how to maintain your sense of self while you are together. Because people, when they get married, divorces so often have little to do with love. And they have a lot to do with, in many cases, people losing themselves in the marriage. So when we practice marriage without a foundation of a legal binding agreement between two people, we in essence begin to practice the process of losing ourselves into one another, i.e. two becoming one with no safety net. Which means if you sign a lease with someone and you're living together, but you're not husband and wife, when that situation falls apart, not only do you have a mess, but now you've got two people who, from a legal standpoint, have to sort through the damage to try to salvage their credit, their finances as best as they can. If a hut is blown down by a storm, you may not lose everything, but you're going to lose a lot. If you live with someone that you're not married to and it does not work out, you may not lose everything. But hear me, because you have no legal binding agreement together, you're going to lose a lot. Now, I hear you. I hear some of you in the comments already. Well, me and my boyfriend, we were together for 10 years and we got married and we're happily married for 30 years. And me and my girl, we stayed together and we lived together and did it for 5 years. And now we've been married for 10 years and it worked perfect for us. Yeah. And I know a friend that's hit the lottery 3 times. It can happen. Anything can happen. Anything is possible. And this is not to suggest that it may not work. But I'm here to tell you, not just from this session, but from the multiple couples counseling sessions I've done, you increase the chances of that relationship materializing to a marriage. Again, if that's the goal. If you learn how to be with someone while you're apart, because that is the formative stage of you growing into your own sense of self, so that when you come together in a marriage, you have an identity, they have an identity, and you continue to build while two becomes one. I hope this made sense. If it did, type church in the comments with 3 R's. And then remember, you've got 2 jobs. 1, be better today than what you were yesterday. And 2, don't forget what I told you. What's up, everybody? This is Dr. Zeb. Listen, I've been dying to make this announcement for a very long time now, and I'm pleased to say that Inspire Nation has officially launched. Yes, we finally got a Facebook and YouTube community group where we're going to have exclusive content, exclusive shorts, exclusive discussion prompts, where we're going to engage with other people literally around the world who are on the same healing journey that we're on. I need you to go find these pages right now on Facebook and YouTube. Inspire Nation, follow the page, join the group, introduce yourself, and be prepared to link up with literally thousands of people around the world who are on the same healing journey, who are looking for the same resources, and who want to also be surrounded with other like-minded individuals who are growing in the same direction as you are. I'm so excited about this because it's the beginning of some great things I can't talk about right now. Listen, you got 2 jobs. 1, be better today than what you were yesterday. And 2, don't forget what I told you.